Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and today I'm making a contest entry for Dennis at Analog Archives. He's celebrating 2,000 subs. That's awesome. I'm sure anyone who watches my little channel knows Dennis and is subscribed to him already. But in case for some reason you're not, uh, Dennis is a great guy. Really knowledgeable. Obviously, has a huge collection, tons of OGs. He's been there since the beginning and can school all of us on the history of metal and the big boys as well as people you've never heard of. Whenever I watch Dennis's channel, I always find something I'd never heard of, and 9 times out of 10 I dig it. So if you don't know about Dennis, go over there and check it out and join in on this contest. It's a fun topic. So the concept of the contest is sophomore albums that are as good or better than the debut. Obviously, a lot, especially in metal, the debuts are usually considered the best, and then it kind of goes downhill from there. And a lot of times that's true, but there are exceptions. So when Dennis announced this, I was kind of mentally making a list of ones that immediately came to mind. Then I watched Simon and Explosive Actions video, and I just watched Roger's video. I'm sorry. I know it's not Roger. Is it Roger? I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. I'm sorry. But immediately I was like, oh, cross that one off, cross that one off, cross that one off. I know we could say the same records, but I just thought it'd be more interesting to not repeat. So I decided to make this now before even more of my picks are gone. So let's get into it. I'm wearing the shirt, so let's start at Catatonia. Their second album, Brave Murder Day. They progressed super fast. The first album doesn't sound like the second album, and the third album sounds nothing like this. But this is kind of maybe because the first thing I heard, but it's kind of my sentimental favorite Catatonia album. Still in the death metal vein, losing kind of the black metal elements of the first one, but really going into that kind of hypnotic riff pattern that kind of Paradise Lost inspired. But yeah, this album I could just listen to over and over and over and over. Just so great. And Michael from Opeth does the vocals on this. All right, let's get to a controversial one. A lot of people probably won't agree. Mayhem, Grand Declaration of War. Believe it or not, this is their sophomore album. That's the fancy OG digipack. Here's the actual album cover. Always love that album cover. Very controversial, especially at the time, using a lot of kind of Marshall industrial influence and electronic stuff. It's really not as out there now as it seemed to be at the time, but I liked it right away. It was super different. I thought, how do you follow up De Mysterious? You can't do the same thing. So they went somewhere totally different. And I think this has been reappraised kind of in more recent times, and more people have come to appreciate it. There was a remix that came out a few years ago that kind of toned down the electronics a little bit and made it sound a little more metal, but it's a great album, in my opinion. Now, and Dennis also said it doesn't have to be better than the debut, but as good. I would say as good, but in a different way. Next one, Savage Master with Whips and Chains. Love this band, and this is just kind of a continuation of the debut, but everything's better. The songs are better. The performances are better. This came out in 2016. I think they're on their 4th or 5th full length right now, and they're all worth getting. But in my opinion, the second album's better than the first. All right, next we have Edge of Sanity, Unorthodox. Came out in 1992 on Black Mark. This is an OG, just for you, Dennis. I don't have that many OGs, but this is. Yeah, so the first album is kind of just a little bit more basic death metal. This is where they kind of started to get weird and branch out a little bit. Kind of the Edge of Sanity that we would come to know. So I do prefer this one to the debut. All right, next up is Rotting Christ with Non Serviam, another OG. 1994, came out on Unisound. I love the first album, That Mighty Contract, but this one, I feel like it's more Greek. There's kind of more of that Greek melody that I really like out of Riding Christ specifically, but a lot of the Greek bands, and just better songs, and not as raw, not as savage as the first one, but I do prefer this one. All right, another appearance from Michael Ackerfeld, Opeth's second album, Morning Rise. I feel like they were finding their sound, refining what they'd done in the first album, Orchid, which is a classic album as well. But this was the first one I heard. That tends to be it too. Like the first one you hear, you kind of prefer. But I do think this is just overall a better album. Maybe not. I mean, it's 5 songs. It's over an hour. Every song's over 10 minutes. There's a 20-minute one. So if you're not into that, then you might not prefer this one. But Morning Rise by Opeth. I can't believe I haven't seen this one yet. I probably just haven't watched enough contest videos, but Don't Break the Oath by Merciful Fate. This is one that I used to think Melissa was better, but as I get older, I'm not as into Satan's Fall anymore, and I feel like this is a stronger album front to back. But I hesitate to say this is better. But it's as good though, and the greatest album cover of all time, in my opinion. I have a back patch of this that I will probably never use when I was motivated to make a battle vest, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I have the patch if I ever feel like it. So, all right. Sorry, this is a reissue. I didn't dig out my original CD is not an OG either, but A Blaze in the Northern Sky by Dark Throne. This is the Digibook reissue with the bonus commentary disc. I really love these digibooks. They're just, I don't know, they just look cool. I've seen a lot of people say, it seems to be the cult thing to say now, that you only like Soulside Journey, you don't like anything after that, which is fine. I mean, I suspect some people are saying it to be cult, but I think this is just head and shoulders better than Soulside Journey. Soulside Journey is good for what it is, but this is like an unimportant black metal album, kind of pointed the way for the second wave, and just love it. So definitely think this is better than the first album. All right, I'm gonna put on my pink panties now and show a Canoe CD here. Dream Theater, Images and Words. I don't think anyone, the biggest Dream Theater fan, would agree this is head and shoulders above the debut. They got James LaBrie on vocals on here, and everything just seemed to come together. And it has their one-hit song that they ever had, Pull Me Under. So, really important album for me. A lot of good memories with this one. So, Dream Theater. And I actually have a piece of vinyl. Let's go. So, here we go. Midnight with No Mercy for Mayhem. Holy crap. What the hell is wrong with me? I love the debut, Satanic Royalty, and maybe Satanic Royalty might be my favorite Mayhem song, or Midnight song. Did I say Mayhem earlier? Jesus Christ. My apologies. Anyway, but I think just as an album, this is stronger. Every song is really good. Where there are a couple of lulls on Satanic Royalty, in my opinion. So, Midnight, No Mercy for Mayhem is my 10th pick. So, hopefully all of these haven't been repeated by the time I post the video, but I did my best. So, congratulations again, Dennis, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, CM Punk is a piss baby.